So black people have accepted us as the white version of them.
Bombastic side eye.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? It's a girl Cindy. Welcome back again to another video. I trust you guys are having a beautiful and wonderful time today. If you are new to this channel, hi! Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So black people are reacting to the trend about gingers being black. If you are on TikTok, I'm sure you must have seen a couple of videos on your For You page, black people reacting to that trend. So someone in the comment section was asking to see the black woman who started the trend. I tried to upload her video. For some reasons it was blocked, but I'm gonna tag her below in the comment section. You can please check her out on TikTok if you want to. Of course, in my previous video she says in her word that gingers are black. So here is the picture of the black woman who started this trend. Like I said, you can please check her out on TikTok if you want to. Now, some black people are not happy with this trend, and of course I have seen a couple of videos from the ginger white people saying, oh, we are finally recognized and we can now say the word
Bombastic side eye.
I have put together some videos from black people reacting to this trend. Let us find out what they are saying. And of course, I would love to know what you all think in the comment section. Stay with me, guys, because this is still trending. Check these videos out.
A black woman said redheads are black people too, and the internet did what the internet will do. But something else happened. Something deeper. Redheads, gingers, ginger? Came forward with stories of shame, of being othered, mocked, fetishized, called soulless, redheaded stepchild, the punchline of every joke, learning to hold in what felt broke. But now they are dancing, prancing, they are laughing, they are healing. And as they are seen, others begin to see. Pain cannot be compared, but it can be understood. And when someone else's pain resonates with your own, something in you shifts. Black people are watching this moment unfold with something like, ah, not only because we know pain, but because we know recognition. We are and have always been the people others come to for healing. And in this moment, we are not gatekeeping the cookout. We are lighting the grill for our brotherhood that remembers. Pain makes you human, and love makes you whole. Resilience is required. Hope replaces the jokes that once laid hearts bare, and now we begin from there. When you are seen, you see back, and that's the beginning of everything. This isn't just funny, although it's a great ha-ha. It's medicine. It's laughter with lineage. It's the moment when someone once excluded gets a taste of inclusion and decides to never go back to hiding. So, redheads, we see you and you see us. That's all it takes. A little humor, a lot of love, and a moment that says, we're more alike than we were ever told. Now, pass the potato salad. And no raisins, please.
White people, what have y'all been doing to the ginger community, man? They running up to us, crying and hugging us and kissing on us and all that. Yo, listen, man, I ain't even know that was a problem. Sometimes you get caught up in your own discrimination and your own oppression that you forget that there's people out there going through their own thing, man. I didn't even know that was a problem. Y'all just be running around messing with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. How you gonna bully these people their whole life because their hair is red? I know it ain't all white people. I know there's some good white people out there. But y'all just be messing with people for no reason at all. Y'all messing with everybody? Listen, shout out to the ginger community. Make sure y'all follow me too. All of the ginger people, follow me. This is a safe place on my page. Help me get to my 10,000. You know what I'm saying? And I write books too. So go on Amazon and find Corey Porter books and buy my books too. But white people, man, dag, leave people alone.
Alright, so we accepting gingers in the black community, okay? My only question is, can y'all cook? And I know I made a video yesterday talking about how y'all are vampires. I only said that because I see y'all every once 10 years. Where do ginger people live? Like, I do not run into ginger people how y'all do. I rarely even see them. Let me just say this. For the black people that's on this app talking about, y'all just accept anybody, ginger ain't black. Girl, shut the fuck up. Y'all already trying to start some shit. Ain't nobody trying to start no race war. If you want to start some shit, go to the military, go to jail where they separated it, and y'all can go fight for your own folks. Everybody on this app trying to come together, black, ginger, white, everybody invited to the cookout. Long your ass and cook. Long we have fun, we can play spade, we can play Uno, we can line dance. Like, can't we come together for once? God damn. I ain't never seen so many toxic people in this world. Ginger people, y'all invited to everything. Any function that we have, y'all invited. White people, any function that we have, y'all invited. I don't know about y'all. I like trying new shit. I ain't never been around a ginger person, but I also want to see how their culture is. I also want to learn their culture. I ain't never hung out with a white person, but I also want to at least see how their culture is. I want to learn their culture too. I don't just want to learn black people culture. Listen, only thing I'm saying is we all can get together in a backyard and we play rap music, then we turn around and play the ginger people music that they like, and we turn around and play the white people music that they like. We all can adapt to this. We all can have fun. We all can bring the kids together and just experience life.
I make a video saying that ain't shit funny about calling white gingers black. Now I got a whole bunch of cornbreads in my comments talking about, well, what's wrong with us wanting to be kind to one another? Y'all sat in that Sinners movie theater, saw the movie, some of y'all multiple times, and clearly walked away learning not a goddamn thing. I know if y'all was in that juke joint, y'all would have been let them vampires in. Well, come on in. Y'all wonder what y'all about to cook out. Y'all make me sick. Why is it that when black people want to step up and say, I'm gatekeeping, that's odd, that's weird, we have black people stepping up and saying, you're just being a sourpuss. This is fun. Let us have fun. It's fun. It's all fun and games until they get too close, right? Too comfortable, right? But how does that start? Where does it come from? How does it begin? Y'all letting them folks in. Y'all doing all this carrying on about calling white gingers black when we have actual black gingers. Let's talk about them. Why are we calling Cindysvilla a Negro? What is going on? We have actual Negro gingers who are beautiful, that deserve all the shine and all the attention, but y'all wanted to direct your attention over to Mary Beth Anna Lou Cindy Hay in Omaha, Nebraska, who has red hair, to make her feel included? Don't piss me off.
I've never told this story in a video. I've mentioned it on podcasts before, but I've never made a video and told the story. My mother, seen here, was 16 years old when I was born. My dad was 21. They'd been together since she was 14. So she was 14. He was 19 when they got together. You guys have heard me talk about my dad before. He was very racist. My mother will tell you the same. And my mother, being very young and uneducated, she just kind of went along with whatever my dad did. And he was also abusive. My mother was abused. And I talked to her before I made this video to make sure that she's okay with me telling that part of her story. My dad was a domestic abuser and also a child abuser. He abused me as well. That's not the point of this video, though. When I was 3 years old, my mother was 19, she found the courage to leave my dad, which wasn't easy to do. And the divorce was nasty because my dad he's passed away now, a pretty controlling, narcissistic type guy. And shortly after leaving my dad, my mother was in a relationship with another man who was a black man. And my dad being the racist. See, I was raised in the 80s in North Carolina, and my dad was a racist. So her leaving him for a black man was like this big taboo thing. Like, you don't do that. And so when everything went to court, my dad ultimately got custody of me because the judge in the 80s in North Carolina is not giving the child to the woman dating a black man, to the white woman dating a black man, especially when my dad was the one with the career and the income and the money, and my mom had nothing. He had left her with nothing. Fast forward to when I was 10 years old. During those 7 years after the divorce, my dad taught me to hate my mom. He taught me that she was a sinner, that the Bible did not approve of interracial marriages. He showed me in the Bible where the Bible says you can't marry outside your race. And I believed her to be basically of the devil himself. I hated her. When I was 10 years old, I found out that my dad was being taken to court because my mother was trying to get visitation rights. I was terrified. I didn't want to meet this evil woman. She won. She got visitation rights of me. I'll never forget ever to this day. I can still vividly remember where I was, the weather and everything when she picked me up the first time. I was terrified. But I made it my mission, that first visit, that she would never visit me again. I made that my mission, that she would never want to see me after this day. I called her a sinner. I called her children, because she had 3 children with her second husband. Obviously, they were biracial children. And I called her children the N-word. I called her an N-word lover. Now, keep in mind, I'm 10 years old. But this is how I was raised. This is what I believed at age 10. And she told me, you shouldn't think like this or talk like this. And I ignored her. It was like a 2-hour visitation, whatever it was. And then she dropped me back off at my house. And I told my dad, she'll never pick me up again, Dad, I promise you. 2 weeks later, when it was time for her next visitation, I waited in my yard on the Saturday at the time that I was supposed to be there. And I was sure she wouldn't pull up, but she did. She did pull up. I was befuddled. Oh my God, she came back. This time, she took me to her house in a mostly black neighborhood, and a place I had never been. I was raised on the mountain, all white neighborhood, very much racist. And I was told that black neighborhoods were crime-ridden, filthy areas. Avoid them. So I went to this black neighborhood and I thought, oh my God, oh my God. I went in her house and she said, I want you to meet your brothers and sisters. And they came out and they were so excited to see me because my mom had never told them a bad thing about me. And I wanted to be mean to them because that's how I was raised. But I couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to be mean to them because they were so nice and polite to me. I was not nice to them. I tolerated them in my mind, but I wasn't mean to them. And then every 2 weeks she came and got me. And over the course of time, I built a relationship with my siblings, with her. And I started questioning things like maybe the things my dad told me are not true, because what I see in this neighborhood, what I see in my mom's house, what I see everywhere is not what I was told. And I had a choice to make at the early age of about 11. Do I believe what I was raised, or do I challenge these ideas? And just like my mom had got away from my dad and challenged those ideas and grew and was better, I decided that I too can be better. I started challenging the ideas my dad raised me. It started a very tumultuous relationship with my dad, as if it wasn't tumultuous to begin with. Again, I was an abused child. I'm trying to keep this video short, so I'm missing a lot of very deep details, but I'm trying to give you the idea. By the time I was 15, I had read books and read the speeches of Dr. King and watched interviews with Malcolm X. And I really started realizing, like, there's a whole nother world out there that I didn't realize. Fred Hampton, Angela Davis, these things really opened my eyes. And I even basically got into a fight with my dad over it when I was 15 and was thrown out of my house. But my deconstruction process had begun, and it has continued for the past, 27 years. I'm 42 now. And it's all thanks to my mom. Just being a mom. Just showing up. And I've never had like the closest relationship with my mom because the story I just told you. But I've been friends with her now for, how old is that? 25 years. And I just want to say thanks for showing up. Thanks for not giving up on me. I may have never challenged my ideas and beliefs and may have been stuck in the same trap that, I was born into, and I wasn't. So, thanks, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Have we all forgotten that when Halle Bailey was casted as the Little Mermaid, ginger people came out in herds, schools, if you will, to talk about how angry they were that she was casted because she was taking away their representation? Because me, I ain't forgot. And I hate to be the one to ruin this fucking moment, but actually I just lied because I don't hate to be the one to ruin this moment at all. My people forget and forgive way too easily and way too quickly. And what really kills me is y'all be ready to accept everyone except actual black people. There are black gingers, black people with red hair, and y'all be so quick to question their identity. There are black biracial people. People who are mixed with black and another race or races, y'all are quick to tell them that they're not black. But you see a white person with red hair and all of a sudden they're black? Are y'all okay? If you're taking this too seriously, it's just a joke. Some shit don't need to be joked about because what happens when it gets taken too far? What happens when a white person with red hair now thinks that they can say the N-word? What happens when they continue to Christopher, Christina, Columbus, Lopez everything and appropriate shit? Exactly. I'm begging y'all to wrap this shit up by noon 30 yesterday. Because this could go left real fucking quick. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Take it off. If you ordered this nonsense, cancel it. Send it back. If you see this nonsense, tell them to knock it off. Do not buy this. Do not encourage this. The Redheads did not have this kind of... Jesus Christ, I can't go 5 minutes. Just wanted to post a silly little video and scroll and immediately see this nonsense. Absolutely not. If you want some Redhead positive t-shirts, I'll partner with a brand and get it done. But not this. Do not get this. If you are caught walking around in this, I don't know you. I've never seen you before a day in my life. You might have red hair, but clearly it doesn't go to the roots because you're out of your mind. You want some positivity? This is great. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. And just as a side note, since I'm already here, that plantation house that burned down, did anybody else notice that the firemen weren't really fighting the fire? I'm trying so hard here to end this on a lighter note. So I tried to find the brightest thing that happened this week. Like if you look at the picture, there are 5 firemen just casually walking by with a hose, very slow, no hurry. They're like, oh yeah, no, we'll get to it. I've never been a fireman, but I've been on work crews before, and when 5 guys start doing the same job at a leisurely pace, it means nobody wants to do the job in the first place. I'm pretty sure that guy's watering the bushes. Like, if you zoom in on that, you can pinch and zoom to zoom. I'm pretty sure that fireman isn't even spraying the fire. He's watering the bushes out front. Jesus Christ.
Gingers are not black. And if you have red hair and you go around perpetuating negative black stereotypes now that you think you're black, you're a racist. Now let's just clear something up because I think this is where the confusion is coming into it. Yes, there are some black people who have red hair, but that does not mean that because you have red hair, you are black. There is a genetic mutation called the MC1R mutation that reacts with melanin that causes some black people to have red hair. So if you are black, it is possible for you to have red hair, but that does not mean that if you have red hair, you are black. So if that's where the confusion is, that's cleared out. Now, if the confusion is like redheads trying to compare themselves to black people because of like societal struggles that they went through, there's no comparison in that either. Boo-hoo, you got picked on because you had red hair and freckles. Show me a pair of ginger skin boots. Show me a ginger skin leather jacket. I wonder, did the color of your hair affect redlining or the way that government policies affect you? Does it affect the way that the police act with you? No, you're not black. And yeah, I get it. It was supposed to be, maybe it was supposed to be some funny, haha, trendy kind of whatever, but not right now. Not during, with this new Trump administration, not with all the shit that's going on. No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. If anything, it's disrespectful, wildly ignorant, and you guys need to fucking stop it.
Okay, so for those of you who are seeing this gingers are black trend, you don't know what's going on, and especially for the haters, because God knows you motherfuckers are watching, and we know exactly who you are. The ones who are out here screaming, oh, if gingers aren't black, they're just using the... Like, dude, listen. Let me break it down for you why this is going as viral as it is, and why y'all don't get it. All right? Clear, plain and simple. If you are a redhead, a real redhead, you likely got bullied your entire life. for having red hair. If you're like me, you've been called fire crotch, carrot top, gingers have no soul, rather be dead than red. My own dad used to bust my balls with that one, right? Leprechaun, my mom called me that this morning. Do the carpet smash the drapes, like all this stuff. Like, yeah, we've all heard it all. All right. If you're like me, that shit never came from the black kids. I don't think I've ever been made fun of for my hair and for being a redhead once in my entire life by somebody who was black. As a matter of fact, I was always friends with the black kids. They always welcomed me in with open arms and never gave me a problem. So to me, when this whole thing popped off, it was no surprise at all. Because first things first, as a redhead, we never felt like we fit in anywhere. The deal is, man, like, black people are super accepting. They're always loving. They're always fun. They always kind of include everybody. For all y'all who are showing us all the love out there, who are welcoming us in with open arms, we love you. We appreciate you. We thank you very much. You know, for all the bullies out there who are still trying to talk shit, dude, it ain't working anymore. All right? Drop it. Enough's enough. Cool?
After discovering that ginger people are now black people according to the internet, it is now apparently not correct to use the hard R, calling gingers G-I-N-G-E-R. We are not allowed to do that anymore. So, from this point onwards, gingers will now be referred to as red velvet. This is because a red velvet cake is black on the inside and it's red on the outside. Only other gingers can call gingers gingers. No one else is allowed to. So unfortunately, it is red velvet cake going on from now. I need everyone to refer to me as red velvet, and all other gingers, it's red velvet. You can either call me red velvet princess, red velvet queen. It's really up to you, but make sure you don't hit that hard R, because it's not for you. It's not for you anymore, and you need to make sure you're doing the right thing.
Oh, and no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Especially when we already have black gingers. You are not black if you're a ginger. I'm sorry for you. Like, see, this is this type of shit that black people do that I really can't stand. And I feel like whoever said that, and people who agree, even if they're all joking, you say that because 9 times out of 10, you haven't been around white people like that. You didn't grow up in a white neighborhood. You probably didn't go to a predominantly white school. You didn't go to a PWI, etc., etc. Because there's no way in hell, joking or not, you would say some dumb shit like that. The same people will say, oh, gingers are black, but will call a person who's mixed race or biracial not black. Terms all skin folk ain't kinfolk is so real. I don't care if it's a joke, it's not funny. I can show you a black person right now with freckles and orange hair. We don't need them. Just because some of these motherfuckers are a freckle away from being brown skin, don't make them black. At the end of the day, the only reason why y'all would even say that shit is because of the hair color. That's it. That is it. Bitches got orange hair and what? They just somehow different? All this over a fucking hair color. Like, what?
Y'all, this is so funny. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You have black people who are actively trying to bring false narratives in order to protect the people who have never once protected us. First of all, you're using a stereotype. Not all Irish people are ginger. Like, that is a whole stereotype. That just shows me that you really don't know what you're talking about at first. But only 10% of Irish people have red hair. So you're talking about 10% of people, but let's keep going. Even though the Irish people have faced hardship, it does not compare to the hardships that black people, you guys are claiming them to be black because they face hardship. And I've never heard anybody bring up the potato famine, and I'm honestly kind of anyways. But this comparison is very inaccurate and offensive. Trying to equate temporary ethnic prejudices to centuries of racialized hereditary slavery it's just not right. You're comparing a time period to ongoing systematic racism that is actively happening to black people. With that mindset, anybody that has faced prejudices for who they are would be considered black. There are Asians who have faced prejudices for being Asian, the Mongolians by the Chinese, Taiwan. Does that make them black because they have faced prejudices? Does that make them black? Like, this logic does not make any sense. The potato famine was not a genocide. These people were not forced to go into slavery. They were starved. Yes, many people back then were starved. There was famine all throughout the land. It was affecting a lot of different countries, not just the Irish. They were free people. They were able to assimilate into whiteness. The claim that redheads were burned like witches for being ginger is, I don't know if you know this, but that's folklore. There's no historic evidence that supports that. You can fact check that. That is not even true. So you're just trying to use narratives to support your logic that doesn't even make sense. Irish people were not slaves, and even if they were indentured servants, like I said before, it was contractual and it was temporary. Slavery was permanent. It was defined by race. Irish people were, or gingers or whatever, in the fact that they were, because not all gingers were indentured servants. And typically the only reason why indentured servitude was a thing was because of debt. These people had debt. They were not taken because they were ginger. That's not what happened. They were individuals who had their own issues with their masters, quote unquote. I don't know the exact word, but these people were not taken and held because of who they were. They had debt to these people. The idea that y'all are trying to push that redheads were not seen as white is completely false. They have always been seen as white. Even though they were considered, quote unquote, ethnically different, they were always seen as white in white America. They quickly gained access to the privilege of whiteness. You didn't see them getting discriminated in the 60s when we were getting discriminated, not being able to sit at the same bar as them or go inside the same movie theaters or go to the same schools. They were not a part of that history. Being that they were indentured servants does not take away the fact that they have been in situations as overseers, as masters, because they were slave masters who had red hair. Red hair has nothing to do with race. White people have red hair. They can have red hair and be a slave master. That mindset is so stupid. Like, anyways, Irish Americans rose to power in systems that oppressed black people and are still a part of those systems that systematically push and keep black people down today. The Irish history is tragic. Yes, the potato famine, they starved to death. But like I said, not all Irish people are redhead. And the fact that you use this for your little comment, it just shows that you're just trying to revision history to fit your narrative. But reducing black identity and generational trauma to claim, oh, we're all oppressed together, they can be black because they were bullied and called Carrot Top, it's historically wrong and it's very dismissive. And the fact that you're black and you're trying to accept these people into our communities, it's honestly embarrassing. And no one is saying that you cannot support these people and call them beautiful, but saying that they're black and allowing them to say that they are black and use black American African American vernacular and use harmful stereotypes, that's not supportive. That is not a positive way, Mr. Shaw. That's not positive at all. So yeah, I don't know what you were talking about in your comment, but none of the things that you said is historically accurate, and it's obvious that you are just putting things together to fit a narrative that doesn't exist. But thank you.
I took some screenshots of comments randomly so you guys can see what other people are saying about this whole trend. You can please pause to read these comments, but I just want us to please, talk about this trend again, that gingers are black. I know I have done a part 1, but TikTok is crazy. Like, people are still making videos. Now, the redheaded white people are being emotional, literally talking about their struggles. So according to them, they said they were bullied just because they have red hair. Now that I have seen their videos and they are celebrating that they can now be identified as black, I just want to ask this question. Like, what happens when you get pulled over by a police? Would you still be identified as a black person? Now, to the white people that are making this video celebrating that you can now be identified as black people, are you guys being serious? Like, I've literally watched your videos. Some of you are crying, sharing your struggles. But are those videos satire? Like, you are just having fun on TikTok. Are you guys really being serious? I want to know. I just want to know because I'm not understanding this anymore. Because you are going as far as telling your kids, your little kids, that they are black. And in those videos, those kids were like, huh, I'm white. Anyways, you guys, I thought to react to this trend again, having heard from black people. What's your opinion on this? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another one. I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Y'all have a lovely day. Much love. Bye.